What's going on, guys? Kevin Cortina here with Dog Pound Fitness, your one and only stop for fitness and powerlifting on YouTube. And you know what? I don't think I have to say that intro anymore. And here's why. Roll it. So guys, as you can probably guess by the title of the video, I got injured. Again. And this time it was a lot more severe than last time. I ended up in the hospital for this one. I didn't end up staying or anything, but did require a hospital visit. So I figured I'd make a video documenting what happened, why it happened, and so on and so forth. So, when did it happen? As of this video, it was we'll say 3 weeks ago. That's why my content hasn't been what it normally has been. I haven't been able to really lift anything or pick anything up. So I've been limited in what I can do. Now, let's go over what happened. So I was deadlifting, and basically I got out of position, is the best way to put it. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to show a couple clips of that session. So we're going to start off with my first set, which was 405 from a 3-inch deficit. Alright guys, so 405 on the bar here from a 3-inch deficit. It's actually 2 7/8 inches if you want to be specific. As you can see, I started getting into position here, pumping my hips, and you can see the lower back rounding already in this lift. But 405 is decently light from a 3-inch deficit. What I was doing was testing my max. And my max was supposed to be 425 according to a calculator. So that was 405. The next clip here is going to be 425, which, like I said, 435, which is a 10-pound PR according to that rep calculator. So let's see here. Alright, so here we have me getting into position again. And if you look at the position of my lower back, you can see that it's off again. It's rounded. I was having this issue. I think it might have to deal with having tight hips. I'm not 100% sure. But you can see the rounding of the lower back. It's not as bad, but it's still prevalent. But 435 went up incredibly smooth. So now we're going to move on to the one that got me injured. So that was 455 pounds. So you can see me here once again trying to get into position for it. Not setting my hips low enough, and if you watch the video you can see that I'm rounding my lower back again. I'm not getting fully set. I got it up to about my knees, and then something popped in my lower back. That's the best way I can think to describe it. And then it was instantly like a shooting pain down my left leg, almost like a sciatic nerve. Basically think of someone stabbing you in the back with a knife. That's what I felt. So, after writhing in pain on the floor for about 9 or 10 minutes, I tried foam rolling. That didn't help, and that probably just made everything worse. I ended up leaving the gym, and I went to the hospital, directly to the hospital, and they said it was a severe lumbosacral strain. They did absolutely zero tests for it. All they did was poke me in the back and say, hey, does that hurt? So, but that's what they said. I was limited 5 days afterwards. I wasn't allowed to move or pick anything up. So basically I was incredibly bored for 5 days. After those 5 days I was allowed to resume normal function, but I was limited in what I could actually lift or move. So I haven't really been going back to the gym. I just started rehab, which I'm doing myself. Basically just working up to heavier and heavier weights each week. For instance, this week my top deadlift off the floor was 385 pounds. If you guys follow me on Instagram, I probably posted it on there. I'm starting a chiropractor and sport therapist next week, actually. This will be my first experience with that. Maybe I'll film it. Maybe it can alleviate, the hip pain I have and work on my lower back and make sure something like this doesn't happen again, as long as I'm doing what I need to do on my end during lifting. and that involves getting into proper positioning. Another thing I've been doing is, since I'm working with really light weights, is working on form and technique. The deadlift itself isn't, this terrible exercise that is going to make you injured every time you do it. It's going to get you injured if you're out of position or if you use improper technique, which is what I did with the rounding of the lower back. Basically, I eliminated my hips completely from it and used my lower back to deadlift 455 pounds. So you can kind of see the recipe for failure there. So moving forward, like I said, it's technique work for a little bit. I have a plan for a video coming up, which I can't wait to do. Expect that around Halloween. So until that time, guys, remember to like the video, share it, and subscribe. We gotta grow the pound.